Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the engine room of Pakistan's government. We're talking about the one institution that hires its most powerful officials.
So how does a country find its future leaders? Especially a country with over 240 million people, that's a massive question, right? Well, for Pakistan, the answer really comes down to one single, incredibly important organization that shapes its entire civil service.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with what this ultimate gatekeeper is. Then we'll get into the different ways people can get in. And yeah, we're definitely talking about the famous CSS exam. And we'll wrap up by connecting the dots to see how this all plays into building the nation's future. All right, first things first. Let's really get to the heart of this. What is the Federal Public Service Commission? You'll hear it called the FPSC all the time.
You know, the easiest way to think about it is like the ultimate talent scout for the entire government. Its whole job, its entire reason for being, is to be a totally impartial gatekeeper. The goal is to make sure that the people getting these powerful government jobs are there because of what they know and what they can do, not who they know.
And this is not some newfangled idea, by the way. The roots of this commission go way back, nearly 100 years, to British India. After independence in '47, Pakistan set up its own version. And over the decades, it's evolved into what it is today, a body that's actually protected by the Constitution, designed to operate independently to protect its mission.
Okay, so that leads us to the big question, right? How does the FPSC actually do it? How do they find and hire all these people for the federal government? Well, it really comes down to three main pathways. You've got general recruitment, which is basically for specific job openings as they pop up. Then you have a bunch of other exams for more specialized roles. And then you have the big one, the really famous one, the competitive examination, or as everyone knows it, the CSS.
So let's really dive into the most famous, the most challenging of these routes, the one that has this almost legendary status in Pakistan, the Central Superior Services Exam, the CSS.
I mean, this quote pretty much nails it. The CSS exam isn't just a test, you know? It's seen as this national benchmark, a test of pure intellectual strength and stamina. And that difficulty, that's on purpose. It's designed to be a filter, to find a very specific type of person they believe is capable of running the country's bureaucracy.
And you can totally see why it has this reputation. It's an absolute gauntlet with multiple stages. First, you have to pass a screening test just to even get in the door. Then comes this marathon of written exams covering, well, everything from international law to physics. And if you're one of the very few who gets past that, you're not done. You then face an intense psychological assessment and a final, high-pressure, face-to-face interview called the Viva Voce.
But here's the thing. As huge as the CSS exam is, it's not the only thing the FPSC does, not by a long shot. Their responsibilities are way broader than that. So aside from the big, flashy CSS exam, the commission is working nonstop, hiring for a massive range of other jobs. I mean, just think about it for a second. They have to find engineers for the survey of Pakistan, all sorts of specialists for different ministries. They even handled the exams that let provincial officers join the federal service. Every single one of these is another piece of the giant puzzle that keeps the government staffed with the right people.
So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you've got the general hiring, the special tests, and that beast of a CSS exam, you start to realize that all these different activities are all pointing in one direction. They all serve one single, really important purpose. And it all circles right back to the FPSC's own mission statement. Look, this is about way more than just filling empty desks. The whole idea, the core belief, is that by finding the best and the brightest people through a system that's based on merit, a fair system, the commission is basically fueling the engine for the entire country's progress.
And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? The work the FPSC does, it's not just paperwork and administration. It's foundational. The quality, the integrity of a country's civil service can literally shape its destiny for generations to come. That makes this gatekeeper's job not just important, but absolutely essential to Pakistan's future.